Good day, I am Damilin Glaze Ando from BSED English 3A and currently studying at Davao Sur State College. And for today, I am going to present the analysis of The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. At this moment of time, first we have the summary of the novel. The government of Panem, the capital, chooses 24 teenagers and young children to participate in a battle on an island. These tributes range from ages 12 to 18. The main female character, Katniss, is a strong girl who is the head of her family and hunts illegally to support her home. She volunteers for her sister Prim, who is 12 and was the chosen female tributes of District 12. One of the main male characters, Pita, ends up being chosen as the male tribute. Pita is a baker's son in District 12. He has grown up knowing Katniss from elementary school but at a distance and had never spoken a word to her. After Katniss' father died, he saw her outside by a tree, dying from starvation and burned bread purposely so she could have something to eat. His personality is one of soft spoken words and protection of those he loves. Only one can be the victor of the Hunger Games, as the government calls it. Throughout the process of the games, Pita and Katniss find each other to try win once the roles are switched to two victors from same district can win together. As time moves throughout the arena, Pita and Katniss grow closer together and are the star-crossed lovers of District 12. When they are the last two left, the roles change back to the way they were before and only one victor can win. Katniss pulls out a handful of poisonous berries for her and Pita to eat when they announce the victors of the Hunger Games. Once back on the train to go home, Katniss lets on that she was just helping Pita survive and that she didn't love him like he loved her, causing tension between the two as they rode back to District 12. The second one is the literary lens to be used, so I will be using feminist lens. This is a type of literary criticism from Mary Wollstonecraft. It is the literary analysis that arises from the viewpoint of feminism, feminist theory, and feminist politics. It allows us to look at text through the eyes of the feminist to closely analyze how women are portrayed and presented in comparison to men. The definition of feminine through this book would be more timid, much gentler with words and actions, and holds more feminine roles at home like nursing, cooking, cleaning, and so forth. This definition formed by society in which people see certain actions and traits as one side or the other and not both. The feminist lens also applies to the males affecting them in their masculinity. When interpreting the word masculine through this book, the definition is manly actions and personalities such as hunting, fishing, being the dominant person in the household, rougher physical features, and so on. The third one is three texts as evidence for analysis with substantial arguments from cited sources. The first text as evidence is her role in her family was taking over her father's place. When she was 11, she became head of the house. The explanation for the first evidence or the first text is that Katniss is not as girly as women are thought to be, and having that role is difficult to handle. That is a significant responsibility for a young child, particularly a girl. Many girls do not bear the burden of caring for their entire family. Katniss has a large role for a young child with hunting, trading, and keeping the house in order. Katniss, on the other hand, takes on that role in addition to the one she already has a big sister. Primrose Everdeen, her sister, is the polar opposite. She is a young girly girl who works as a nurse alongside her mother. When Katniss mentioned taking Prim hunting, she stated that Prim was terrified of the woods and would get Terry. It's her ability to find strength in other women and to support them in return. That makes the girl on fire a feminist. The second text as evidence is Effie Trinket from the Capitol tends to do crazy things with her makeup and hair, but just the fact that she wears makeup and dresses feminine shows her femininity. The explanation for the second text as evidence is that although her facial expressions are pretty tough and her makeup is overblown, Her emotional responses, way of speaking, etiquette, and personality all reveal her feminist side. In the book, she says that the capital deserved what Katniss did to them in training center, but she quickly apologized, giving the impression that females are unable to express their own opinion without fear of disagreement. Like this statement, well, it serves them right. It's their job to pay attention to you, and just because you come from District 12 is no excuse to ignore you. I'm sorry, but that's what I think, she says to no one in particular. The third and last text as evidence is after being called to be a tribute and meeting with his family, Pita left the room with tear strained cheeks and red eyes. He acted very feminine. The explanation for the third and last text as evidence is Pita, a District 12 tribute, falls in love with Katniss and then becomes her best supporter and romantic partner during the games. Pita is best defined by his love for Katniss and his willingness to die for her. Pita, for the most part, fits the feminist lens. He is soft spoken, gentle, a baker, protective, and caring. He's not good with weapons and he's almost never rude to anyone. His strength in the arena was camouflaging himself, which he learned from icing cakes and cookies in the bakery. He is definitely opposite to the woman. The last part, which is the number 4, conclusion to wrap up the presentation. In terms of feminism, Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games trilogy presents itself as a pro-feminist series. It challenges gender stereotypes by presenting a female protagonist, Katniss Everdeen. By demonstrating that men and women are equal, the book successfully challenged gender stereotypes. It is societal constraints that prevent both genders from playing in a level playing field. As a result, we cannot discuss gender inequality because both men and women play the same roles. That's all for my presentation. I hope that you have learned something from my analysis, which is the Hunger Games. God bless everyone and keep safe. Thank you for listening and watching.